So hello, welcome to a new video and welcome to a special video. Today we talk about the trend rider indicator, which you've probably seen already if you have been following my website, my blog, or my YouTube channel. So the trend rider indicator is a custom indicator that I have developed, improved, tweaked, tested, traded over the past 3 to 4 years actually. So what you see here is now maybe not the final version, but this is the version that I've been using myself for a long time, and yeah, it is a very, very powerful trend indicator, as the name already suggests. When I built this indicator, I wanted to battle the 3 horsemen of trading, 3 main issues that many traders have. What are the 3 issues that traders have? It's lack of confidence. They are not ready to pull the trigger, even though sometimes they see a good setup. Many traders, they don't know how to write winning trades and they close their winning trades too early. And the third problem is that they get into trades too early when they break their entry rules and they always want to be first. Obviously, you probably have heard and you have probably all experienced those 3 things. And the trend rider indicator helps battle all of those 3 things. And with the trend rider indicator, you can hopefully overcome those 3 things. I also want to say that in the trend rider indicator is not necessarily meant to be a completely standalone trading method. It is a way that you can complement general trading, as you will see in a moment, but it's really meant to help you gain confidence in your trading, in your signals. It's meant to help you stay in winning trades for a long, long time, not close them too early, and also wait for the right moment to enter a trade. So I have 3 tips and 3 ways how you can use the actual trend rider indicator. If you want to take a look at more information, there's a link below this video as well. So first of all, you need to trade it, or you should. I recommend that you should trade it with patterns. What this means, you look for classic chart principles, chart patterns, and then you use the trend rider to confirm your entries and help you trade with confidence and stay in the trades long enough. So this is what the trend rider indicator looks like. It is only available for MetaTrader 4 right now, and this is what it looks like. There are 3-4 main different components. The first one is the background color. You can see here it's either green, it's white, or it is red, depending on the market structure. Then here at the bottom, this is I would call it, this is the heart of the indicator. I call it the momentum finder, and it is either gray when there's no momentum. You can see that here. It is red when you are in a downtrend, and it is green when you are in an uptrend. You can see here during a range market, the indicator will move back and forth between white, red, and green. But the momentum finder will tell you, okay, this is not the time to get into a trade. You are actually in a range market. So even though the background color might change the color, the momentum finder is usually the trigger that gets us into a trade. Then you can also see we have a channel that we can use to write trades along the channel, which we will discover and see later in more depth. And you can see, you can probably see it, there are red and green dots along the candles. Those dots are the third and the final, or the fourth and the final layer that will help you stay in trades. As long as you have a red dot, the background is red, and you have the momentum finder, you are still good to go, and you should hold on to your trade. So as I said, you should trade it with patterns. And what we are looking for are, in this case, we are looking for a range market where the channel will narrow down, where the momentum finder is gray, and when you have a very tight price action, very tight price ranges back and forth. And then what you want is you wait for a breakout of those out of the channel. You wait for the breakout of the channel, and then you will see often when the momentum is high on the breakouts, the momentum finder will also give you the signal. It will show you, okay, this is now a high momentum breakout that has a good chance of succeeding. So first of all, we can trade with confidence on our entry signals. So that is the first horseman that we wanted to eliminate. Second, you can use the channel together with the momentum finder to stay in trades. As long as the price is here supported by a red momentum finder, you can ride such a trend for a very, very long time. How you exit the trade is then a little bit up to you. There are multiple ways how you can do that. You could do that when the momentum finder turns gray, or when the background turns white. What you see here, this is a very, very important principle, not only with this trend rider, but in general. what you want to do in trading is you don't want to pick the absolute top, you don't want to pick the absolute bottom. Not sure who said it, maybe Jesse Livermore. He said many smart things about trading. He said that the first and the last eighth of a trending or a trade move are the most expensive ones. If you can avoid catching the first and the last bit of a trend and you just focus on what is relatively safe in the middle, then your trading might improve substantially. And this is exactly what the trend rider indicator is trying to help you as well. You stay away from the absolute top, you stay away from the absolute bottom, and you take what is safe in between. You can trade with confidence, and the momentum finder is helping you with that. Here another pattern, and I wanted to get this across early on in this presentation and in this video. Not all the signals will succeed. That's very, very, very important. There will be losing trades. You need to stop chasing 100% win rate systems. They don't exist. Please understand that. So here, first of all, we are coming from a downtrend. The trend momentum finder is red. You are moving along the outer bands. And then here we see a signal, or here we first see a shift that, first of all, the background is becoming white. It is becoming green a little bit, white, green again, and here the momentum finder would have given you a buy signal because we are broken out here. We made a higher low at this point, and shortly after the market will have fallen back into the range. That is okay. Close the trade, close the loss, learn to cut losses early on, and then you wait for the next signal. When does the next signal come? Here we are now in a range. You get here a green momentum finder, but we are still in the range here. You can see that we have never broken out of the previous high. So as long as we are in a range, stay away. The name of this indicator is Trend Rider. Trend is the first word that should always be in the top of your mind. So only trade trends, don't trade in ranges. Very, very important. That is also important thing to remember, whether or regardless of which trading method you use or momentum method. If you are a momentum trader or if you are a trend trader, stay away from ranges. And then here you can see we have this trend line, 1, 2, 3 touch points. We have this support level here. We break out of the trend line, we break here below this point, and you can see the background color will change to red, and then shortly after the momentum finder will change as well. And this is generally how it works. First the background color will change, but only if the momentum finder confirms it, then you're good to go. And you can see here we are breaking out. The breakout is also where you get the confirmation here with the momentum finder, and then you can again write and stay in the trade for a long time. You can see we are riding along the channel. Here we pull away a little bit from the channel. The momentum finder will turn gray, but you still have a red background. Here is then where you get the real exit signal, where the background turns white, where the momentum finder turns white, and also where the dots disappear from the candle. So you can see you get in here. You don't try to pick the absolute top, that's okay. You don't try to pick the absolute bottom, that's okay. Those are very, very expensive things to do. Just take what is safe in the middle. That is much, much more efficient on your psychology as well. Another example, very clear, we have that is a wedge or a triangle, or whatever you want to call that. And you can see here we are trading along the wedge and the triangle. We wait for a breakout. Again, we want to see that the market is breaking out. Later we will see a setup where we want to see only breakouts into the channel. That's also another thing that you can do. So you wait until, if the channel has narrowed like it did here, you wait for the channel or for the price to first break out, and then you wait for it to hit the channel, which happens here. But very important, you can see here, this is the long candle with the long wick. That's where you have the breakout. That's not where your momentum finder will give you the signal. The momentum finder sees this wick, and the wick is not very pleasing. It's not very not a very good signal. You want to avoid getting into the wick because, well, this could just turn out to be a rejection, and then you don't want to trade it. The momentum finder waits a little bit longer and see, okay, 2 candles later, this doesn't look like a rejection. It doesn't look like the wick will actually cause a reversal to the upside. So 2 candles later, that's where the momentum finder gave you the red confirmation bar. This is where you get into the trade. Again, we don't try to pick the top. You don't want to run and try to predict something before it happens. We want to take what is again relatively safe. Nothing is 100%, and there will be times when even though you get in with all the confirmation, it will go against you. That's totally fine. You don't need a 100% win rate, because you can see here we learn to stay in the trade as long as the momentum finder and the background color are giving us the confirmation. Stay in the trade with confidence. That's a very, very big thing that many traders don't have. Riding their trades with confidence, and that's one thing that the trend rider does for you. So you can see we move along, and then here is where everything changes. The background color, the dots go away, and the momentum finder turns gray again. Here as well, a very well-defined range. And if you want to use the trend rider, I recommend you look only for very well-defined ranges. Look for very well-defined patterns. Those are the best ones when the channel comes very close together. And then don't get in a channel or don't enter a trade while the price is still in a channel. You can see how the background color changes constantly. White, green, red, white. Don't get into a market there. Wait for a breakout and then use the trend rider to confirm your trade. You can see here is where we broken out, and then that's where you get the momentum signal from the momentum finder. Okay, here is maybe where you get a little bit of an early exit. That's totally fine. We won't always ride trends for hundreds and hundreds of pips. That's okay. It's very important. And I don't want to give you the impression with this video that, first of all, there are no losing trades. There will be. And second, you won't be always able to ride the trends for hundreds and hundreds of pips. That's okay. Sometimes you will miss what is kept coming here. That's okay. But the trend rider is designed to help you understand when is a relatively safe time to get out, because there will be times when this will completely go against you, and then you are happy to get your exit signal early. Here again, a range, or well, this is what you would call a wedge breakout. You have a very well-defined range top here, very good resistance. Then here at the bottom you can see you make higher lows. So this is coming together like a wedge. And then here you can see the momentum finder turns green shortly after the breakout. And you can see what happens afterwards. We move higher and higher and higher, and then here you get the exit signal. Again, not the absolute top, not the absolute bottom. That's okay. Take what is relatively safe in between. Here, final example of a trend line breakout. You can see we have a very well-defined trend line, a very narrow channel, and then once you see the breakout into the channel, you get the confirmation of your momentum finder, and then a few candles, well, a few dozen candles afterwards, you get the potential exit signal. A different way of trading the trend finder is with different sorts of breakouts. Although the previous example already do look like breakouts, and well, actually they are. Here are different set of breakouts, because well, breakouts can take many different forms. So you look for a narrow channel first of all, and then you look for when is the market breaking out. You can see here is a previous swing low. Then you draw your line, and then here this candle is where you break out of the previous lows. You always want to see that the market is breaking out of previous lows. That's very important. So here, your previous low, you draw the line, and then you wait until here you break out. That is where you get the signal. You do get the momentum signal here as well, the momentum finder, but here you are still within the range. Don't enter when you are still in a range. The first word of the indicator is trend. So you really want to get only in the market when there are trends. So make sure to get that right. Here, a very special example. That's a trade that I as well took last week. So this is a very fresh example, top of my mind. We are coming from this uptrend. We put in this top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches at the top. Then we have this very well-defined support area. We break lower, and this is where you get the real entry signal with the momentum finder right on the breakout at the lows. Again, you really need to make sure that you're breaking out of a previous range, and then you can see we move along until here. Not many people will be able to hold a trade for such a long period. You are in profit more than 100 pips at one point, and then many people will often say, okay, this is good enough, I'm scared, I don't want to give it back. And the trend rider helps you stay in trades as long as the trend is valid. You will get out here Again, you could have made a few more points. That's not the point. You want to make sure that you get what is relatively safe in the middle, and that is how you can build a trading career. Don't try to pick the absolute top. Stay away from picking the bottom and take what is in the middle. Classic double bottom here, or well, a triple bottom. You come in, put in a triple bottom, then you see here we break out above the previous highs. Here is the support and resistance area where you break out. This is where the momentum finder gives you the signal. You are broken out of this range here, you move higher, and then here at the top you get the other signal. Here we then have lower highs, very important. Then you have 1, 2, 3 touch points at your support level. You break out of the support level here. Here is not a good enough breakout, and the momentum finder is not red yet. So you wait for this breakout to happen where the momentum finder turns red again as well. And here is then where you get into the trade. Not here. Here is where the momentum finder confirms it. So you will often stay away from fake breakouts when they are not happened yet. And again, here a very classic example. You are in a downtrend. Then on the downtrend you have your first trade entry here. You break above the previous highs here or here, depending on how you want to draw them. But here's a very strong support and resistance area in this region. You can see that previous support turns into resistance here, and then we break above that. The momentum finder confirms it, and then even here the background will turn white, so you probably exit your trade. You get a new chance. The market is putting in here and here new resistance levels. So you can see here very well defined resistance. We have a few touch points here, we have a few touch points here, and every time you get a breakout out of those very well defined patterns, those are all confirmation and consolidation patterns, then the indicator will often also give you the signal to, okay, now is the time to trade the continuation, and then you can write those trades for a very, very long time. If you are not sure about pattern trading, you can also take a look at my premium Forex course, the masterclass, where you will learn everything about pattern trading as well. So to conclude this video, I have a few more chart examples where we learn how to trade channel momentum. Very important. So step 1, we look for a range here, and then we wait for the market to break out of this range. You can see here we have a very well defined resistance area. Those are very important to note. When you see them on your charts, then pay close attention to them. You see that the channel has very narrowed down here as well. You wait for the breakout, you wait for the momentum finder to turn green, give you the signal, and you are close to the channel, so that is great. It will always be the case when the channel is narrow, or not always, but most of the time, when the channel is narrow and you see a breakout, the breakout will usually happen right into the channel. And then you can use the channel again to stay in the trade with confidence. Here is then where the channel turns white and you get the exit signal here. Another example, we are trading here at the top of the range. We have a failed breakout at the top, a double top, so to speak, and then we break out below the lows. The momentum finder turns red here as well. You get the signal to write a trade, write a trade, write a trade until here, and then you get your exit signal along the channel. Then here at the bottom you can see the market makes its absolute low here. We put in a swing high here. You break out above that. Here is a lot of mess going on. So what that means is here the background will always change: green, red, white. Stay away from such periods. Really wait for a breakout above a previous support and resistance point, a previous swing low, then wait for the momentum finder to turn green. Here in this example, the momentum finder would have turned green before the entry or before the breakout happened. Always wait for the breakout to happen. You always want to make sure that you combine breakouts that are actually confirmed with your momentum finder, and then you can trade those along the channel as well. Here again, what you have is a very well defined range, a very narrow channel. Then you have your first breakout below those lows. You can see here we have a swing low. You break out into the channel, the momentum finder turns red, and then you can see here we break eventually this low as well into the channel, and then we write it, and so on. So you can see how this indicator is used for channel trading, breakouts, momentum, how you can use it to stay in trades, use it really as a filter tool. You can see those are very high probability trades. Wait for the market to show you a narrow price action range, draw your support and resistance, wait for a breakout in the channel, wait for the background to turn, wait for the momentum finder to give you the signal, and then stay in the trades with confidence until the exit signal is given, and then you get the breakout signal into the other direction when we break above a previous high with the green background with the momentum finder. And the common question are, what markets and what time frames does it work on? It does work on all the time frames. So the screenshots from this presentation were taken from anywhere between the 30-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily time frame. So you can really use it across all the time frames. Make sure that you always wait for high quality breakouts, high quality patterns. Don't trade every little momentum finder signal. Really wait for the patterns to get triggered, then use the momentum finder to confirm your trade. That is very important. You can use it on Forex. You can use it on anything really that is offered by your broker in MetaTrader, whether it's crypto, CFDs on stocks. You can use it on commodities, all the Forex pairs, miners, majors, exotics. It doesn't matter. Wait for high quality price action triggers to get triggered, and then use the momentum finder to give you confidence with your entry and give you confidence with riding the trades. And that's how you use it best.